All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Tony.
I'm Seabass.
All right, so new episode of The Walking Dead this weekend. We're just going to jump right into it.
Okay.
All right? And then we'll discuss other things. But look.
Hold on. Pull out your notes, old man. Where are your questions?
It's not a lot. You know why?
Why?
Because the episode was so whack. And both of you gonna agree.
Nope.
All right, so before we get into this week's episode, I got to revisit a couple of things from last week that we missed, that I don't know how the fuck we missed it, but I'm going to throw this out there. So here's part of why I say that there's a love interest between...
you won't fucking give it up.
But just hear me out.
No.
And you don't see it, and you don't, because you haven't made that connection like that with somebody, but...
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Appreciate that. Thanks, Dad.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
So that
You haven't found that thing that's good enough to give up your Xbox for. That's what it is.
No one asked you.
that fucking the look on your face, like you're so hurt that I say I'm sorry, Sebastian.
Yeah,
All right.
well.
So they're standing there.
You never know the sting of betrayal till it stings you.
Fuck.
I could use one of Lou's dad hugs right now.
So they're sitting there, and it was when right after Gabriel shot Homeboy, right? And fucking Daryl was trying to convince Maggie not to kill everybody, right? When she turned around and she said, "What do you think, Daddy?" And I know that you can't make that connection, but when she turned around and said,
Wait,
when she turned around,
Daddy?
yeah, when she
She
turned around and
didn't really
said,
say that.
"And
Oh.
Negan,"
Oh, okay, I get it.
because that was a total "Hey, Daddy, what do you think?" move, right? Because if she didn't give a shit and she was running things, she never would have asked him, right?
And this is why you're single, because you're connecting dots that don't exist.
Where are you at?
You've been married for too long and out of
You're
the game.
making
You
a
don't get it
great
either.
point. However, did she not ask everybody?
No,
What?
because it was
But Daryl had already voiced his opinion.
And so did old boy that was on the ground. That was hurt with the mask.
the dude that was with her from the other, yeah, but then she
So
turned
he
around-
already voiced his opinion.
yeah, but those are two people that she cares about, is Daryl and the kid that came with her from that town, and she had never asked Negan for his opinion before. All of a sudden, "Hey, Daddy, what do you think
Again,
we should do?"
connecting dots that don't exist. It's not going to happen.
Well, you have to admit he's right that
No,
she
I'm not
didn't have to
admitting
ask
shit.
him. Why is she
She
asking
didn't.
for his opinion?
Because it's the nice thing to do.
No, but come on, Maggie's gonna do the nice thing in that situation.
She's trying to be better.
Like she went out of
She's
her
been
way.
a massive thunder grunt the past few episodes.
Like she went out of her way to turn around and look at him and say, "Well, what do you think, Daddy?"
Yeah,
And
no,
he said,
again.
And he said, "You know what I think,
Yeah, no.
right?"
No. Nothing's going to happen.
And then the biggest part in my mind in the fucking episode, I can't believe I forgot to think and mention it. Are you gonna sue fucking AMC and Negan for using your fucking signature move?
My move?
Oh, pocket sand?
When he came out with the fucking bell and threw that white chalk in the dude's face before he hit him with the bell.
Well, hold on. I don't remember this part.
You don't remember that part? It was in the part that you said
In
that
the
you didn't like.
hallway where the three of them are all or the four of them are all fighting.
I kind of do remember something like that.
Negan throws some shit in that dude's face and then hits him in the face with the bell.
That is a smooth move.
I was fucking dying laughing. He pulled a fucking Tony. He pulled a fucking Tony. So that was it for that last week's episode. This week's episode,
Very weak.
You don't know what's coming. That's why.
I agree, it wasn't the strongest outing.
Thank you.
However, I think it's really setting up what's coming, and it's really showing, shedding light on Sebastian. Not our Sebastian, their Sebastian, on how much of a douche he is.
Which one, Sebastian?
The prick of a kid in the white jacket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that they and he's threw away
They
the
just-
katana.
they just-
Entitled kid.
They're just showing you why he's gonna get his in the end. Somebody's gonna kill him.
Right. Oh, absolutely. I mean,
No,
if
you don't think?
Eugene already socked him in the face, something's got to be coming for him. No?
Very weak episode.
You just don't know what's coming.
So what's coming for him?
I can't tell you.
Why?
You got to watch the show.
Son of a biscuit.
But Sebastian is a massive character in the comics.
Really?
Massive character.
Because he's such a prick.
Yep.
Yeah. And because the one dude takes care of him because of the mother, right?
Mercer takes care of him because of Pamela, yes.
Because Pamela's the white-headed lady with the gun that looked down that where they were at with the walkers.
Shotgun
Yeah.
when she's walking with the stormtroopers.
That's the leader of the community.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Her son
Is
is Sebastian.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you put those dots together, huh?
I got to tell you what I did like about it was the fact, and I'm going to sound so fucking gay for saying this, but Mercer, which is the lead stormtrooper, and Princess.
Oh, that's one of the things I was going to talk about too.
I thought, okay,
He was going to. Yeah.
he was going to smash that.
Yes,
yeah.
he was.
Now that one I like. That's a good couple.
But I didn't see a point in it.
What do you mean?
Because that just came out of nowhere.
That's because last season, at the end of last season, he was just kind of really stoic and just kind of a dick to her and to Eugene, because they had just gotten there and they were kind of treating her like shit,
Treating
right?
everybody like shit, processing them.
Right. So now, he's at a uniform and she's in her fucking princess dress, and he saw her and he says, "Hey, all right." You know what I mean? I got your glass slipper.
Yeah. I have to admit, he was smooth on that one.
Right? Even when they weren't going to you can't come in. I said she with me. Oh, my bad. Go on in. Shit.
Like we're gonna stop you.
Right? Be like, hold on. Have you not seen my nuts lately? Because I'm about to show them to you right now. I thought all of that was really good. Was really good setup. I like that they kind of during that little team test or whatever, that Daryl failed because he was all fucking Rambo and all solo on it. You know what I mean?
All himself.
So I think there's going to be a eye-opening experience for Daryl to be like, hey, okay, I got to calm my shit down and act right so that I can do what I got to do.
I know you're not gonna know. You should though. You know that kid that was talking about don't trust the Commonwealth and all that shit, the kid that they arrested?
Yeah?
Did you recognize him?
No.
Because he was in another episode.
Well, he's the dude that got beat up.
Wow, Tony fucking knows and you don't.
The dude that got beat up where?
So remember in those last episodes of season 10 where they had Princess Ezekiel and Eugene and Yumiko in the train car?
Yes.
The kid that goes in and takes his helmet off and gets the shit kicked out of him by Princess is that kid.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow, yeah.
Well, the only reason I know is because they said that in the episode.
That's why I guess he would have known and remembered that.
He's not a true fan, that's why.
Well, it was just
And
how
you
bad
are
the
shitting
episode
on the show every week?
That's how bad
Okay.
the episode was. I wasn't paying full attention. I mean, lost interest there in the middle of all that. But okay, so I'm gonna take it back real quick. We kind of veered off into some other shit real quick, but how fucking stupid. And this is really big for me to say because I really endeared on the show and I'm a huge fan. But how fucking stupid was it to take those kids through a haunted house?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little traumatizing.
You know what? It's not even that it was a haunted house.
It's that they had real zombies.
It was that they had zombies. Why couldn't they do ghosts, a werewolf, something old school?
Right, something
Well, that
different.
and then they had somebody dressed up as a zombie walk through the door, all
right.
fucked up.
Like, haven't these kids fucking seen enough of this shit already?
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
And the other part was, so when they walked out of there and they're walking by, and what's the big Samoan guy's name?
Jerry?
Jerry offers a kid an apple, right? And they're talking or whatever. And then as they're walking away, you see the little fat white kid in the background. And I've never seen this before. Have you ever seen where they put an apple on a rope and they just
they're swinging it?
Yeah.
I noticed that too.
And it
I
smacked
don't know if
him.
you're supposed to catch it.
It smacked him in the face because he was trying to bite it.
Right.
Then he was like, ow.
It's just a carnival ride. I didn't get it either.
Yeah, I'd never seen that before. I was whatever. I guess because it was COVID, they couldn't be bobbing in the same water. Is that the whole point? So does that mean like it's November there?
End of October.
End of October?
Yeah.
Okay. And I rewatched the episode prior. And that was a lot of fucking water really fast into that fucking
Basement?
into that basement.
Told you.
Because like that's like by the time they got out, that was like a pool full of water.
Yeah.
And that shit took hours. You know what I mean? Like, it's not all that quick. You know what I mean? Because here it took, almost a full day, right? Day and a half?
I think so.
To fill up that pool. From morning to, 6 o'clock at night.
But then again, there's flash floods, right? But would that fill up a basement that quick?
Yeah, but it was only coming through one window.
Well, it was coming through the window and probably the door at the top.
No, there was nothing.
It was flooding.
No, because there was the steps when they went halfway up, and then
the porch.
Yeah, and then they put the so there wasn't anything there.
Why are we diving so much into how full a basement got?
Because it was ridiculous. And then watching him
Call it
shimmy
ridiculous
that
and
fucking
move on.
pipe again, and I'm just like, you're right, lazy fucking writing.
It was less.
Thank you.
It was less the pipe and more the rope that I had an issue with.
That too. Well,
the rope was ridiculous because someone had to go in there to tie it.
there was a part at which he was holding on to. When his legs dropped, and he was holding on with just his metal arm, and I was like, I don't know if that spike would be like enough to hold on. Like I would think that it would slide around that, but anyways, I digress. Did you see what's coming for next week?
No.
Oh, you didn't watch. You don't watch the Talking Dead after, right?
No.
You're probably dying to go to sleep after watching.
I was dying to go to sleep during.
Fuck, it was
There
Aaron.
was a
Let's go.
stormtrooper.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. But I see
Well,
where
we knew that too.
I see where that's coming, and so is what's her name?
Rosita.
Rosita's a
Selena.
stormtrooper.
Selena.
Oh yeah, Selena. Fuck. What's with? Okay, so now it seems like it's all going to be a fucking love story from here on out because it's going to be like Daryl with Connie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now that she's back, and now fucking Carol is running
and
back
Ezekiel.
to fucking Ezekiel and his lump. And she's doing shit to get him into surgery to have that removed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they were together at one point?
Yes. And everybody for a while they were pushing and they thought it was going to be Daryl and Carol getting
For
together.
5 fucking seasons.
Yeah, they've been waiting for it. And I guess there's supposed to be, at the end of this, there's supposed to be some spin-off for Carol and Daryl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because this is the last season for this, but then they're going to spin off and make a show for just them. And Rick comes back at the end of this
They're
season.
saying that he's going to, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
And you said that Negan's not going to be on the show anymore, just sporadically?
Possibly. Because that's when he tells Maggie that he's leaving, in the comics he just leaves and doesn't come back. He's like not in the story anymore. Until the very end when Carl goes knocking.
I think it'll be, what's her name?
Who?
The girl? The younger girl?
Lydia?
Yeah. I think Lydia's going to go looking for him.
Probably, yeah.
Which was Lydia?
The girl was asking for him when they all got back, and she was standing there all kind of weepy-faced by the...
Standing by Carol, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't know how else to describe her.
Yeah, she's kind of... the bald-headed lady's daughter. Does that help you out?
No.
No? Okay. That's Alpha's daughter. No? Okay. So yeah, Lydia.
Yeah.
You know. That's all I got.
Okay. That's my cue.
All right.
They're in the Commonwealth.
Yes.
Almost looks like a normal, back to normal society.
Correct.
Everybody's got a job. Everybody goes to work. Smile on their face, the whole nine. Why does Daryl still look like he ain't taking a shower?
Daryl always
Yeah.
look like he ain't taking a shower.
Okay,
Daryl
but
nasty.
this is totally different. Daryl needs a haircut.
Did you see their apartment?
Daryl needs a shave. And Daryl needs some new clothes. Just like every princess. She looked like 4 non-blondes. And now she looked normal.
Right.
Daryl,
Magna even looked kind of normal.
Yeah.
which was Magna.
The chick with the
The
tattoo on
waitress that Selena was talking to.
Okay. I got a question about the waitress, too. But, okay, come on. Daryl.
it. Yeah, no, it's,
Come on, kid.
Especially if you're going to be a stormtrooper.
I think they're afraid to clean them up because then everybody won't be all.
Yeah, I get. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's like,
Nobody will swoon anymore.
really, though, I mean, cut your hair. Get it out of your eyes, at least.
He looked like he stink, right?
Exactly.
Here's a question for you, though. Here's a question. Like, I don't know if you ever smelt death or been around, like...
Oh, yeah, I have.
Okay, so they had all kinds of fucking dead bodies laying around, and they all just drag them together, and they light the motherfuckers on fire,
Yeah.
and they all stand around like it doesn't fucking stink. That has got to be... It has to be a horrific smell.
Well, especially, like, in the early parts of the show, that makes sense. But, like, towards where we're at now, it's been, like, 15 years.
So
I
it's
think
just
they'd
more
be
like-
used to it by now.
Yeah, I think they're just...
You think so?
Because if
just kinda
they're
dead to it?
used to their own funk, because you
Yeah,
know,
that too.
for a while they ain't been taking showers for weeks.
Dude, I'm just going to say it. I can't imagine. My balls would itch so bad if I had gone that long without a shower. No fucking, they're not taking no towel and wiping, like, no baño ruso, nada. It's just, they're just waking up and let's go. Barely wiping the shit out of their eyes and let's go. You know what I mean? But shit, Rick was like that too when they were living in, what was it?
Alexandria.
Yeah, like they would.
Well, and so was Daryl. When they first got there, Carol was talking to him for 5 minutes. Take a fucking shower. And he just refused.
Serious?
Yeah.
I think he's just afraid to get back to the creature comforts of regular life, knowing that he got to go out there and kill people.
That's fine, but come on.
Yeah, you in a nice gated community that hasn't had a breach in,
Exactly.
and you live on the third
Which
floor,
is
dog.
bullshit because Carol got out.
Yeah,
Speaking of that, she went to some
Winery.
wine store, winery, and there were zombies in there.
yep.
Did you see that last zombie coming after her? Yeah, he was. It was a chick, I think. That zombie was pretty quick,
Yeah,
very quick.
dude. I tell you what, if zombies are as slow as they are here,
What?
No, keep talking. Go ahead.
if they were as slow as they were in the beginning of this show,
Exactly.
I could make it. But if you got World War Z style fast zombies,
Dude, that zombie that was coming after her, the last one was quick.
had some
Dude,
get up, right?
Yeah. And I was like, I thought these were supposed to be moving slow.
You guys need to watch the last episode of the World Beyond series.
Explains why they stay quick now? Really? There's something behind it? What is it?
So, do you remember the doctor from the first season
Yes.
at the CDC? There's a video of him talking to somebody that's in the French division, talking about there's a different type, and somebody had just died in that room where the video's playing because he was looking for that information. And the guy gets up, like reanimates, and just runs towards this door and fucking beats at it like crazy.
Oh wow.
Huh.
Fuck that, bro. Yeah, I hope they're slow
It
zombies.
even sounds scary.
Oh, when he's
I'm not going to look it up. You guys can look it up on your own, but
It's on the last episode of The World Beyond?
yes.
All right. It's got to be somewhere
Just
on.
look up that clip
Oof.
on YouTube. Yeah.
Now, the waitress,
Magna.
she was talking to somebody that had came in at the same time, but now she's like, going on?
Yeah, they were in a group together.
Oh, they weren't like lovers?
Oh, no, they were, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what I meant.
Yeah. They were in a group together as lovers, yeah.
Because when she was serving her that wine, it was a little, that tension was there. And I was like,
Hey,
ooh.
Daddy.
Now that's real tension. Oh, I'm sorry. I wouldn't know, right? Fuck, my bad. Guess I can't weigh in on the subject, right? Anyways.
So now I kind of think I know the answer because you guys were harping on it to me last week. The lawyer's brother was now working in a medical position.
Yes.
The last we saw of him, he got snatched
He was
up.
getting, pulled away.
So I'm assuming we're supposed to connect the dots. Hold on. And know that they found out he was in the medical field.
Because his sister's a loudmouth.
And so now they're making him be in the medical field.
Right, because when they first entered the Commonwealth, he was a
Baker.
Oh, all right, Tony.
I'm watching.
All right.
He connected the dots. Serving cake, baker.
But again, I didn't appreciate not knowing how this all happened.
What all happened? You did know. You just explained it.
No, I'm asking. I'm confirming if my thoughts are correct. If my way of thinking is correct, I should say.
Got you. That is quite a few dots to connect for you. So that's good though, because everything's going according to plan. To some degree.
Yeah. That's kind of all I got. Except the dude the stormtrooper that now is a waiter, and he bugged out
Yeah.
and got old girl by the neck. Where are you going to go? What's plan B
Suicide.
after that?
Yeah.
As you saw
either
with Daryl.
you either got to do enough to get taken out. or
Like, you
gotta take
either
yourself
got to
out.
kill the girl that you grabbed and fucking ditch and die a martyr, or...
Because you can't run to the next city and just hide out. The next state over. Because I was thinking to myself, dude, where you going to go? You going to run away. Where you going?
Yeah.
I ain't nowhere to go.
You ain't gonna make it nowhere. That's where you going.
Yeah, that kid's too big of a bitch.
Have you ever had vanity plates?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever move them to another car?
No.
Shit, I gotta figure out how to do that.
What did you have?
Well, I sold the Caddy, so I have the plates from that. I gotta move them over. I want to move them over to the new car.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
You still have them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That purchaser's gonna have to buy his own plates.
What made you sell the caddy?
It was just here, and I wasn't driving it, and fuck, it's $5. It's almost $6 a gallon for premium.
But didn't you just buy a part for it?
Yeah, but I sold it to my brother, so I still get to drive it.
Oh.
Still in the family, you know what I mean? We cool. It's all right. I was smart about it.
Now that you mention it, yeah, I noticed it's not there.
Yeah, I had to get rid of it, dude.
Got a little bit more room in your driveway.
Yeah, most definitely. Now I get to gonna clean that front part up, and it's never fucking ending, bro.
My vanity plate that I used to have is in my garage hanging on the wall.
What vanity plate was it?
Were you around when I had my Volkswagen?
Yeah, the white one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bones VW.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I still have my lemon drop ones.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. I just got to get these new ones get them switched over to the new car. Fucking headache. How was your weekend? Everything good?
It was a full weekend.
A full week? What'd you do?
Went out Friday night. Went out Saturday night.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a lot for me.
And you still made it here on Monday night?
Yes. It was rough.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Who are you?
My old lady again, she was a little tired too herself, but she let me not do anything all day Sunday.
Nice.
Friday night, my buddy James came down.
Oh, okay.
And so we went out and celebrated our birthdays because his is a week before mine.
Oh, okay.
So it was just the four of us. It was him, myself, Gideon, and Shannon. So
Did you get high again?
That's a yes.
Yeah. Most definitely, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't trying to blame nobody. I'm just asking.
No, I wouldn't say I got high, but I did.
You partook.
I partook. Only really coughed once, like coughed up a lung once.
That's bad, dude. That means you're getting used to it.
And I did it after what we did. We just went out to dinner,
Oh, okay.
pretty much. So, remember I told you I went to Outback a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
Or last week for my birthday? Well, I wound up bringing a steak home because I didn't eat it. Because I had steak and... What did I have when I was there?
I don't know.
Steak and chicken?
Lobster?
Chicken, yes, exactly. So I just ate the chicken.
Okay.
And I brought the steak home. But the steak wasn't good. It didn't taste good.
Dude, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to lie. After having a fucking steak at Morton's,
Yeah, nothing
Oh,
really
yeah.
compares.
there's just not a fucking...
Well, yes, you are totally right.
Unless you make it at home yourself,
No,
obviously.
it's still...
Well, you don't know how to
They
make
do
it
it right.
then.
Yeah.
Because I think I told you I've been to LG's a couple of times.
Right.
And I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't know if I could... Like, that's going to make me have steak a lot less.
Well, but see, this kind of ties into it. Because that steak was unfortunately so bad that we went to Kaiser Grill downtown Palm Springs.
Okay.
And I wound up getting like a pasta dish with chicken. The three of them ordered steaks.
Okay.
And the only reason I didn't order steak is because of the trauma I had from the week before.
The trouble.
But when their steaks came, kid, I was like, oh, man.
I done made a mistake.
Yeah. I
No
did.
pun intended.
Dog.
Your steak look good?
Their steak looked off the hook.
Now you make me want steak.
Oh,
Right
it was, but those are the kind of places you get a good steak from. That's
Right.
the thing.
Yeah, but how much was a steak, though? Like
$60.
but was that just a steak or the whole plate?
No,
like,
it was just a steak. Everything's a la carte.
that's how you know you're at the right place, right? Fuck.
But I was looking at him. I was like, oh man. And then I don't know. One of my drinks now is lemon drop martinis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love them.
Okay.
I tried a lemon drop at that fucking sushi place.
Oh, yeah.
There was not enough sugar on the rim.
Sugar's off the hook, isn't it?
Yeah, when there's enough to go around, yeah.
Well, actually, there is enough sugar because in a martini glass, there really isn't a lot of liquid in it. So,
I guess I was going too hard on the sugar then.
when we got there and we got seated, hey, gentlemen, here's our specials. Got to start you off with some drinks. And I was like, oh, let me get, because they had blueberry lemon drop martini.
Ooh, that doesn't sound bad.
I said, let me get the blueberry lemon drop martini. And they were like, oh, damn. We just want a beer. And I was like, man, they're good. They were like, oh.
Everybody manned up around you?
Yeah,
And you were just like,
exactly. After the fact, we were going back to Shannon's house just to kick it, drink, talk. So we went to the liquor store. We walk in there. They're like, Tone, we're going to party tonight? You're going to get the variety pack of Trulies? And I was like, oh, man.
I knew you were going to say you got that shit. God damn it, Tony.
No, I
That's
didn't.
funny.
No?
No.
What'd you end up getting?
We wound up going to Ralph's because what they all wanted, they didn't have. But I got my whipped vodka and Minute Maid tropical punch.
Good?
Yeah, it was real good.
I like when I do the Minute Maid is the Malibu rum. Yeah, the passion fruit one. Mix that shit in there. That or with the Capri Sun, bomb.
Yeah. Those are my drinks.
Yep, bomb. Be doing that all summer this year. I say that, but I don't really fucking drink, so it's all bullshit. It sounds good though. Sounds good for the broadcast.
Guess so.
And then that was Friday night. Yeah, we didn't do anything else. It was cool, you know what I'm saying? It was nothing big, nothing major. Just went downtown and grabbed a bite to eat.
Right on. How's he doing? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's real good.
Right on.
With all of them. Saturday night we went to the casino. We celebrated my birthday, my wife's birthday, Griselda's birthday.
Oh damn!
Ivan's birthday. Yeah, that was it. It was a bunch of couples.
Everybody's birthday. God damn.
Yeah, that's
a lot of February people.
February's a big month.
So what sign are you?
I'm a Pisces. I consider myself a Pisces, but I'm right at the cutoff.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes they say Aquarius is up to February 20th, and some say no, Pisces starts at February 19th.
Okay.
So Pisces, some say it starts on the 20th, some say it starts on the 19th.
So you could be like, sometimes you're one, sometimes you're the other.
Yeah, I guess what kind of mood I'm in.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm like that in September. So like a little bit of Virgo, a little bit of...
Do you believe in that stuff, Joe?
Yeah, a little bit. There's
really?
There's a lot of, like, when you read on some of that shit, a lot of the traits are pretty spot on.
So have you ever read the traits of any other ones that you could possibly fit into?
No.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty spot on.
You know, it's been years since
same as Sebastian. Sebastian's pretty spot on his.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
What is those? It's not zodiac, is it?
Yeah, zodiac signs. Mm-hmm. Let's see what Tony says. And then, like, there's some people that really get into it. Like, okay, so what time of the were you born in the morning or at night? Because there's different, and the moon and
had somebody
stars and quasars.
Had somebody figure mine out. I don't know what the fuck they are.
Really? And what they say?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Nope.
Like just like the overall. For
All right,
Scorpio,
that a
is that
bitch.
What?
Your phone died?
No.
What?
I just pulled it up.
Says you're a douche. I'm just kidding. What is that?
We don't need it to say that.
Pisces are known for being emotionally sensitive.
Oh, yeah, well, look at that.
Spot on. I told you.
You need to say no more.
Ain't this gracious?
Well.
To some degree.
Emotionally aware?
Yeah, that goes with sensitive.
Yeah.
No, regarded for being among the most sympathetic of the zodiac signs, and will go to great lengths to ensure happiness for those around them.
Then why didn't you end up going the other night?
I think that's pretty spot on for you, bro.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. What are you, Seabass?
Scorpio.
Let's see. Known to be a smart ass.
I think that's probably in there. Yeah. That's in a lot of them.
Scorpios are mysterious because they are profound thinkers, secretive,
Oh, yeah.
passionate,
Yeah, huh?
and constantly a step away from the public.
And ahead of the public, yeah.
No, a step away from.
Well, I put ahead.
Wow.
Mine says Virgos are always paying attention to the smallest details and the deep sense of humanity makes them one of the most careful signs of the zodiac. I would say that's pretty spot on just with the shit that I was saying a little bit ago.
Please.
What?
Read it again.
Virgos are always paying attention to the smallest details.
What small details are you paying attention to?
Hey, Daddy. and their deep sense of humanity makes them one of the most careful signs of the zodiac. This is a sign often misunderstood, not because they lack the ability to express, but because they won't accept their feelings as valid, true, or even relevant when opposed to reason. Nah, that's bullshit.
Uh-oh. A Scorpio weakness. Vindictive.
What does that mean?
Oh, yeah. I would think
Is
so.
that like stubborn?
No. You want to get back at somebody.
Oh yeah.
You
I'm
hold
real
a grudge- You hold a
vindictive.
grudge like a motherfucker.
Destructive.
Oh yeah, that too. Violently.
Possessive? Is he possessive?
So. Not really.
Not really. He's pretty giving, dude.
Jealous?
Probably.
Yeah.
I would throw
Clingy?
Clingy?
Yeah.
Only in
No.
public. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Could drop you like a bad habit
Let's see.
at a moment's notice.
Let's see. This one says my personality explained. So
Hold on. Go back and read the Pisces weakness.
I'm going to read it right now. I just pulled it up.
You're not getting away with that shit.
Submissive.
Oh, that's for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, because you don't wear the pants in your relationship.
Oh
Lethargic.
That too, yeah.
no. Yeah.
Lethargic?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's kind
Like
of
lazy.
slow. Yeah. Not
Take-
slow,
you-
man.
you
Just
take your
slow to
time.
do things. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe a bit of a mouth breather every now and again.
Dependent and codependent. Nah, I don't think I'm dependent.
Virgos are logical, practical, and systematic in their approach to life.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on. Yeah.
Yeah.
The earth sign is a perfectionist at heart and isn't afraid to improve skills through diligent and consistent practice. I'd say it's pretty spot on.
Wow, sometimes Pisces can care a little bit too much.
I can see that.
I can too. Wow, this is. I'll be honest with you. I've never.
eye-opening.
It really is. Man, it's so vindictive.
So let's see. So you're Pisces and what? Look up the other one.
Oh, Aquarius.
Yeah, let's see how close you are to the other one.
Aquarius is the first one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's.
Oh, you know what? I'm an Aquarius.
Why?
What does it say? Dominant?
They're advanced, self-reliant,
no.
clever, exceptional, and optimistic.
No, you're,
you're
definitely
the other one.
Pisces.
Definitely. This is the Libra. It says Libra is an air sign represented by the scales, an associate that reflects Libra's fixation on balance and harmony. Libra is obsessed with symmetry and strives to create equilibrium in all areas of life. I don't know. Yeah, kind of. In some situations, I don't know.
I don't even think I'm on the cusp. I think I'm just straight up.
Yeah, you're just Scorpio. You're right in the middle of it all.
Man,
Do you believe in it now? A little bit.
I'll be honest with you, kinda.
Well,
Yeah.
up until submissive.
Man,
So I like sometimes like I'll read the
Horoscope.
horoscopes, but I try not to read them for that day. I read like today's. I'll read tomorrow to see how close they were. Like,
Really?
Yeah. If it's no, that shit didn't happen. They're off. And then sometimes I read it. I'm like, God damn.
they have those for every day?
They have it for like love. They have it for like your daily whatever, your daily routine, but they're just so like they're written, and I think they're so
Super
open to
vague,
interpretation that you can, if you really wanted to, like you go, oh yeah, that happened today. Oh yeah, that happened today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to kind of suck you in. It's a way of, I don't know, hugging you without hugging you. I guess you know what I mean.
Wow.
Making you think everything's gonna be all right. It's a trip, right?
Very much so. So, again, we were at the casino.
Okay.
It was a bunch of couples. So, I shot you a message giving you a heads up because you were invited to come. And I gave you a heads up.
By the main planner or by you?
Invitation's invitation. Giving you a heads up that it was like couples thing.
Right, and what did I do? I got dressed. I was like, cool, I'll be there. Because you hit me up like twice. Okay, tomorrow 8 o'clock. All right, cool. You coming, right? Yeah. I'll be there.
Because I was looking out for my homie.
I appreciate it.
And I'm trying to bring out into the world. Hey, who knows what could happen?
And then I got there, and they were like, yeah, no, you don't come in, dude.
I didn't get the message. Thought I was part of the
was
group.
but it was adult couples. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm just an adult.
So, but then I gave you the heads up that it was really booed up
Yeah.
at this table. I arrived and I was like, oh, wow. Because, like, they were sitting in couples. Generally, it's like girls on one side yapping it up, fellas on the other side yapping it up. But this time it was like you're sitting with your old lady or your significant other, and
It was like prom night.
yeah. And so I gave you the heads up because I thought if I was walking into this, I'd feel uncomfortable.
And I said, okay, cool. Thank you, man. I appreciate
All right,
it.
cool.
I'll catch you next time.
Word.
Right?
Yes.
So I came home. I got undressed, got in bed, and I was watching TV.
And so approximately an hour and a half later,
Yeah, about an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, somewhere around there. Oh, here we go.
let's
With
see.
the
gotta
fucking
fucking fact
receipts.
check.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. You never know.
Well, an hour and a half later, either way, I'm fucking in my underwear laying in bed.
A bachelor on a Saturday night? Yes, you were.
Yes,
Yes, you
without
were.
a boo. Keep reminding him.
Yeah. Don't forget I got all kinds of knives. Don't fucking...
Okay, you're right. It's 2 hours later.
Yeah, see?
Oh, yeah.
But the night was still young.
I'm not.
But he's
though.
not, yeah.
I'm gonna need my... I had my
So
walking stick out.
I
was
hit
ready
you
to go.
up. I was like, yo, shoot through. Dinner's over. This spot turned into like a club. You'd have a good time.
It was a, hey, we
Come
don't have...
hang out with your boys.
Hey, we're not fucking... They took away our table, so I guess it's okay for you to come.
Yeah.
You'll
Hey, I guess
enjoy
the couple
yourself.
Shit's kind of over. You can show up now.
Right? Oh, we're all hugged up. We're not all hugged up anymore, so...
Hey.
Damn. But I was already undressed, and my feelings were already hurt. I wasn't...
Dog, you're 2 minutes away. It'll take you 5 minutes to get dressed, 2 minutes to drive over there.
Yeah, it took a little more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, but I was already shot down for the night. Why would I get redressed and go?
Because you single, ready to mingle.
Clearly
Mingle.
not ready.
So check this out.
Okay.
At our table, we had like a long table.
Yeah.
And it happened to be the end of it. Right there is the dance floor. So like we were right there at the dance floor.
Okay.
To where people were actually putting drinks on our table.
Oh, shit.
Because it was just like right there. So at one point, these two girls that were, there together, one looked at our age.
Okay.
The other one probably looked mid-30s, late 30s. She sat down. It actually was Luis's spot.
Okay.
Because he was right there in the corner. So she's like, hey, you guys mind if I sit here for a second because I'm wore out? Yeah, no problem. Shit, I've been there. Hey, everybody gets tired.
You should have grabbed the phone and had her call me.
Could have had him boot up within the hour.
Yeah.
But you
We coulda
really
locked
not
it up
looking.
before I got there.
Exactly.
You really
Exactly.
Not, you really not looking out for your homie. I guess.
I
That's the way
tried.
you
Trust
thought
me,
you were.
I tried.
It was one text he tried.
So she, at that point, like I said, we were cool with it. You need to take a breather? Go right ahead. Old girl was probably sitting there for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, to where it was like, okay, I believe you caught your breath. She was like almost dancing in her chair while her date is like literally dancing right next to her.
Oh, wow.
So it was to the point where like Robert was sitting next to her. And so Robert's looking at me like, yo, she got to go. And I was like, yo, that's on you, kid. And so all of a sudden, I turned away and I turned back around and she got up and she went and sat at with some other people at a different table.
Wow.
And so Rob was like, yo, I told her, yo, you got to go.
Fucking Rob.
You got it.
And honestly, it was a little awkward because now, like, Luis was sitting and his wife was standing behind him.
Oh, what the fuck?
You know what I'm saying? So it was...
Luis didn't let his wife sit down?
Maybe they were taking turns. I don't know, because,
Wow.
you bathroom breaks and all that kind of stuff. But it got to the point to where everybody was back at the table, but she was still sitting there.
Wow.
So, like, Rob like,
You gotta
I
go.
told her, you got to go.
Fucking Rob, dude. That's hilarious. Hey, you got to give it to Rob, though.
Yeah.
Like, he man, hey, you got to go. My girl's standing up on you. You got to go. Holy shit. How much
Yeah.
of a shit do you got to feel like if you... Hey, you mind if I sit here for just a couple minutes and...
A half hour later.
You got to go.
But, yeah, I mean, again, you could tell she was winded. It's like, you mind if I just sit here for
She
a
a
second?
big girl?
No, not at all. Well, I wouldn't say big girl, but, she's late 40s.
I wasn't talking about age.
Well, I mean, when you...
Was she a big girl to be that winded? So, like...
No, she wasn't a big girl. Could she have dropped a couple?
Would she
Yes.
fit in her own kayak?
Yes. Snugly.
She would muffin top a kayak.
Yes. Actually, I think I have a picture of her.
What? Why would...
She'd look like one of those fucking fat
That's
candles
where
on
they're
a
going to set
cake.
you up.
No, it was she was behind somebody we took a picture of. Yeah. She's the blonde behind Luis in that picture.
Oh, and she was blonde,
Oh,
too?
for fuck's
This
sake.
keeps getting worse and worse.
She's old.
It's a good thing you got your glasses on.
The blonde with the long hair, not the short-haired one, right?
No, she ain't short hair ain't blonde.
The top of it is.
She got a little
She got a dude haircut.
well, yeah, they were together.
Maybe they were there platonically.
Yeah.
Were they friends or like were they friends?
They're together.
Just that look on her face.
Yeah, she was mad.
Yeah.
I think
Is
she
that
thought-
why you took that picture to get a picture of her fucking
No,
face?
no, not at all.
That'd have
I
been
was taking a
hilarious.
picture of Louise and his old lady.
But just enough room for her to be in it,
Yeah.
right?
he went like this. Okay, this is a perfect angle, and then lifted up the camera just a tad.
Right? Hey, we're going to get the Facebook angle
Right?
so we can get the fat girl in the back.
But what sucked was we had a waitress, okay?
Okay?
And the service could have been a little better. She could have came around a lot more,
Right?
and the turnaround time for a drink could have been a lot better. So, again, COVID, we get it. It's cool.
So, like, you couldn't stay faded, is what you're saying.
Right. It was like every 15 minutes, you're like, what, this waitress been around yet?
Why didn't you just order two at once?
That's true. So at one point, we tried to order some more drinks, and she says, well, at this point on, you have to go to the bar. Because I
Probably was
think
faster.
yeah, it was. But I think it was more of because it turned into the club portion of it.
Right.
Not a restaurant portion of it. So we went up there. They made us get in line. Dude, it took forever.
Did you get two drinks at that time?
No.
Just ordering one?
Yeah. Because I was drinking Crown on the Rocks, and then it would have melted. I mean, I had a couple blueberry lemon drops there as well. But then it was starting to get to be too sweet, like too much sugar. So then I just switched to a drink. Actually, I had a beer and some whiskey, so I was double fisting in a sense.
All right. I think it must have been Friday night, maybe. Maybe it was earlier. Me and Milo went to...
Milo and I.
Look at that. Milo and I went to... me and Milo. We went to San Miguel's.
Uh-huh.
Dude, it was so fucking packed, bro.
Yo, that place is popping, kid.
Like, it was jumping. Like, we had to wait to go inside, and then we sat down, and we ordered. And so here's where I take issue with the whole thing. What do you think is the most popular thing at a Mexican restaurant? What kind of meat?
Carne asada.
Right?
Right.
So I ordered, Milo got 3 tacos plain. That's just a fucking tortilla and meat. Right? I got the carne asada plate, which it's a fucking Mexican restaurant. That shit should be on the ready, on the side. Let's go, order out.
Right.
Nah, bro, we waited there over an hour and still nothing. So I finally called the lady over. Hey, man, can we get this shit to go?
Why? You had somewhere to be?
Yeah, Milo was going to the fair.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know the fucking fair was in town.
It's not called a day festival.
No, it's Thrillville or some shit like that.
I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Anyway, well, because the day festival, they couldn't keep doing it because they couldn't afford it. Like, they would lose money every year. So this other company came in, and now they're calling it Thrillville.
Oh, is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. All the same shit, just different name. You know what I mean? So anyways, hey, can we get it to go? Dude, another half hour.
Wow.
Waiting for them to make fucking 3 tacos with nothing in them.
And your plate of bullshit.
And a plate of small beans, small rice, and a slab of fucking carne asada.
Wow.
I was like, what the fuck, dude? And it's not like they didn't have help, dude. They must have had, I don't know, 10, 11 waiters and waitresses all together. No reason why they couldn't keep up.
I went there. I think I went there the Friday that we recorded the Christmas Drunk episode.
Okay.
And yeah, dude, that place is packed on a Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, that's no joke, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it was, and there were people waiting outside, and because by the time we got there was probably about 5 people waiting. The parking lot was fucking full. I mean, there was a couple of people at the laundromat, but everything else was for the fucking. That's because not like they were going to fucking Domino's or anything like that. You know what I mean? I was surprised at how bad the service was, like how slow it was. You know what I mean? It's usually not like that, but. And I also watched your. We got to talk about Bill Cosby.
Did you like it?
No. No. It was. I kept waiting for like the good part of Bill Cosby, and they never got to it. That or I fell asleep when they were doing it. I don't remember.
What do you mean the good
asleep.
part?
Well, like all of his philanthropy and all of his, hey, he gave a lot of money for this. He did, like they didn't show any other side of Bill Cosby other than all these women that.
Well, which episode did you watch?
It wasn't episodes. It was just a show.
No, there's 4 episodes. I told you it's 4 hours. There's 4 1-hour episodes.
All I saw was one. It didn't say there was more. I'll have to go back and look then. Maybe I saw somewhere in the middle.
Maybe.
I don't know, but Netflix will start you off on one.
Netflix?
Yeah, isn't that where it's at? Or is it Hulu?
I watched it on Showtime.
On HBO, yeah, Showtime. Showtime or HBO, one of the two. What's the matter, Sebastian?
You stress me out.
Why?
Just the way you talk sometimes.
Why?
Just that whole interaction, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Just fucking thoughts ricocheting off the inside of my head. It happens. Fuck.
That was a good show. Very good show.
You watch a show called Resident Alien on FX?
No.
That shit's good, dude.
Resident Alien?
It's fucking hilarious, yeah.
Is it about aliens or like?
Yeah, it's about an alien that comes.
Aliens?
No, it's about an alien that comes to Earth. It's a good show. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, it's funny. Like, again, it's one of those shows where I don't fucking laugh at TV like that, like out loud. Like oh yeah, that was funny. Like I make the funny connect, but I don't laugh out loud. That show makes me laugh. It makes me chuckle now and again.
Not like Peacemaker.
No, not like Peacemaker funny, no.
I caught another episode. Dude, that show's top notch.
I don't know about top notch, but it's pretty fucking fun. It's good though. It was much. I'm glad that I took the time to give him, enough time to come through with it, instead of just shutting it out or not even attempting to listen to it or watch it. So I'm glad that I did that, but
Oh, before I forget, Luis, he could be sometimes the life of the party.
right?
So what it was is there was a concert there that night. I believe it was like an ABBA tribute band at the casino.
Here?
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was like an older crowd that had came out when the concert was over.
Okay.
That came in, and the DJ that they had started playing like the Saturday Night Fever, ABBA cuts, the KC, the whole 70s,
Right. The good shit.
Yeah. So there was some like really old ladies there dancing. So Luis actually started dancing with them.
Oh my god.
So we're chuckling and stuff, So, like I said, the table, at the end of the table was the dance floor. So Ivan was on one side and Luis was sitting on the other. So Luis danced with them, the whole shebang. So about maybe half an hour later, those ladies were leaving. So they came by and they told Luis, they were telling Luis, thank you, for dancing with us type deal.
Right.
And they said something along the lines of, let's say they really wanted to dance with Ivan. So they were like, yeah, your friend, though. We would have really liked your friend.
Wow.
Man, dog, we told them that Ivan was hung like a donkey. So their eyes even lit up even bigger.
You can help him blow out his birthday candle, baby. We want to dance with Daddy.
Dude, it was so obvious, though. We were just dying laughing.
And he didn't go out there and dance with him?
No, they were leaving, like I said.
That's
They're on
fucking
their way
funny
out.
as shit, dude. If I was there, I'd have made him go out there. Oh, well, don't leave yet. He'll go out there and dance with you. Marty, you don't mind, do you?
I think she was in the bathroom at the time.
That would have been perfect timing. Shit. Go ahead. I'll keep an eye out. Go ahead.
Dude, that was funny.
Oh, my God. I can't imagine. Lou crazy, dude.
He can be.
I don't see him very stoic very often, though. Like when we hang out and he's had a couple drinks in his hand, he don't seem very calm.
Yeah.
He's having a good time when he gets to drinking. You know what I mean?
I think I'm showing my age again.
Why? What happened?
I go to Starbucks when I come here.
Yeah.
Well, for my birthday, a couple people had gotten me Starbucks gift cards. So I've been paying with the gift cards.
Okay.
So when I go up to the window, they give me my coffee. I give them the card, and they usually give me the card with the receipt back to show me what I have left on the card.
Right.
So I did that today. So I was like handing her the card, and she goes, "Oh, wait a minute," and I was like, so she whipped out the little scanner gun, and she just scanned it while I was holding it. And so she's like, "You want your receipt?" And I was like, "No, I'm good." Because I figured I owed. I thought maybe I didn't have enough money on it.
Right.
So I still had my arm out like, yo, aren't you going to take this? And she said, okay, thank you, bye. And she closed the window and walked away. And my arm was still out with the fucking card in it. And I'm like, you ain't got to swipe it? I guess technology,
It
kid.
read the barcode.
Exactly.
Bro,
But
Not only that,
Yeah, I'm going to blow your mind right now. Go ahead.
you can put those cards on your Starbucks app on your phone, and they'll just scan the code on your phone.
I think my son does that. That's too much for me.
All you got to do is take a fucking picture of the card, Tony.
Picture
What's
what
to
card?
it? Of whatever gift card you
We're
get.
talking about Starbucks. What other fucking card are we going to be talking about?
Look.
You mean like? No, I don't need to do all that. That's crazy.
Instead of having to carry
Nah,
cards and
so you're gonna download another app
and
then-
all your shit's right
and,
there.
and
Look.
you know what that is?
I forgot you have a dinosaur of a fucking phone.
You go there, and then you hit scan, and it shows you what the balance on that card is. And then, if you want, you could just upload to the card. That way you have yourself, you budget everything. You could budget yourself whatever you want a month, and it's on the card. You just go and scan, and your balance shows right there.
You know what? You had to download that app Now you got more of a big brother looking into what you're doing.
Oh yeah, the government cares about your fucking
all that.
Starbucks orders and how much you pay for
And
Starbucks.
you know what that is? That's another 20 emails of other vendors. Oh, this guy
You
opened
can
up.
opt out of those
It's like,
emails.
no,
You're just too lazy.
I'm good. But again, I was just
You're just
fascinated.
lethargic, like your Pisces
I was
says.
just fascinated that she was able to. She hit it with the gun, kid. It was like, "You want your receipt?" And like I said, my arm was still extended with the card. She's like, I said no. She's okay.
See,
Thank
there
you,
go,
bye.
not putting any more dots together.
Have you never gone anywhere where they use that to scan barcodes?
N-
The
yeah,
handheld?
on the actual product, like at the grocery store.
But it's still a barcode.
Not
Shit,
a
let's just
gift
move
card. No. I've never had that done.
Oh.
And you know what I did? Not about maybe a month ago. I actually took my credit card, and instead of swiping it, I actually just touched the
Just
thing.
tapped it?
Yeah,
You like that?
and it worked.
Were you excited by that or what?
Actually, I was. I'll be honest with
Like,
you.
oh shit.
Yeah.
You know, you can do that with your phone, right? You put your phone in your put
Yeah,
your
I'm
card
not-
in your
no,
phone
that's
wallet and
crazy.
just tap your phone?
No, I'm not doing that.
I have it. I don't do it.
Yeah, I don't do it either. That shit scares me.
Do you actually do the chip though? You just tap whatever it is on your
No, I
card.
don't like that either.
See, exactly.
I've done it, but I don't like it. Like, there's places where I'll take it. Oh, just no. I want to put the fucking thing in the machine.
Well, that's why I was telling old girl. I want, somebody gave me that as a gift. I want you to put some miles on it. Swipe that motherfucker.
Yeah, if you don't need to swipe it, why the fuck you put a magnetic strip on it?
Tell me, see what I'm saying?
Some bullshit.
But I honestly, I was impressed. She just went, beep. Okay, thank you. I was like, wow, that's it. Okay.
That was painless.
Okay.
Fucking Tony. Jesus Christ. We got to get you up to speed on a lot of shit here, Tony.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, you good with where you are?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna work with your kids and overhaul all of your shit to be fucking modern.
Right?
We're gonna get rid of all your cards. We're gonna put them on your phone so that way you can just tap it on the fucking
No, I'm good.
screen. Well, you don't have a choice.
You don't write checks like at the grocery store and shit, do you?
No, not anymore.
At any
Grandpa
stores,
did
do you?
that.
Checks?
Yeah.
No.
You just use your card for everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
I would always be.
I mean, I still
embarrassed
write
when Grandpa-
checks.
To
But
pay bills.
I would
Yeah.
always be embarrassed when Grandpa did that at the store.
Oh, it was worse when Grandma would do it.
Oh yeah, cause that was pretty bad.
No, it's worse when they mess up and they got to rip that one up and start over again.
I've never seen either of them do that.
Yeah, what's cool though is like most stores now, you don't even have to write the amount. You just write, who it's to and sign it and date it, and then they run it through their little micro encoder so that they can read it, and that's it. And then they give you the check and the receipt back. They take it out. It's just like using your fucking ATM because it takes it out right away when they do the micro reader. It's just like using your ATM, but it's a check. And my dad goes home, and then he used to go home once a week, and he'd mark them all off, and he'd use the paper that the bank sent him to make sure it balanced. And I was, it's all right, everything's good. All right. And he said, oh, man, your mom, she's starting to forget to put receipts in, and now I don't know where I'm at. And I got, God damn it. Well, Dad, stop using fucking checks. Just use the ATM. It'll come out right away.
Yeah, I could never figure out, like when I used to work at the rental car spot. And again, this was like before, like you really used your card everywhere.
Right?
You still write out a lot of checks. I remember somebody owed me some money, and they wrote me a check. And it took me, I admit, it took me a while to cash it. Because, again, you have to actually go to the bank and do
Right.
this.
That was before you could take pictures.
Right. And so, when I finally did it, the check bounced.
Oh, shit.
And so I went back, oh boy, I was like, yo, do you have any money in the account? It bounced. He was like, what are you talking about? And I said, I went to cash that check. And they said that you didn't have enough money in it. He's like, well, you didn't cash it when I gave it to you? I said, no. And he says, well, my bad. I thought you already cashed it, so I always just go by whatever it shows me on my receipt when I pull money out.
That's scary.
That was old school. That's how he was.
Yeah.
He was just like, I said, you don't take into consideration you just wrote a check, so you don't really have that amount of money in it?
It's amazing how little people really understand how that works. We have that shit all the time at work, or especially when they do like ACH payments. They have automatic payments taken out.
Okay.
All right, well, your payments can be taken out on the 1st of every month, blah, blah, blah. So on our system, we give them credit on the 1st because that's when we send it to the bank. The request to take out that money out of your account. But it could take up to 3 days on your bank side to pull the money out. So they go on the 2nd thinking, oh, well, they've already pulled the payment because we gave them a fucking receipt for it. And they pull all that money out. And then it bounces and they're like, well, fuck, you said you took the payment. Well, bro, come on.
Exactly what it is.
Like, bro, come on. Are you telling me that you don't know how to check your, like, you don't keep your balance? You don't know what you're spending? It doesn't come out right away. What the fuck? So, yeah, it's a trip, dude. It's amazing how little people understand how that shit works. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. Did you do your taxes already?
No, not yet.
No? Do you like usually do them before, like, because it's April 18th, right?
15th.
No, it's 18th this year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they moved it. So do you usually do it by that day, or do
Oh,
you
yeah,
get
No. Well, yeah, usually.
most of the time?
It's just laziness.
Lethargic.
Yeah.
Lethargy, I believe.
Because I could
is
probably
the,
go and do them now. You know, I just got to call them and make the appointment.
Right.
You know.
You just
Yeah.
procrastinate,
Yeah.
wait it out.
For no reason other than just being
Lethargy.
lazy.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's one of those things where you're like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'll wait a little bit longer.
You know, you go there.
Fuck that, I
you-
did
you-
that shit the second I got my W.
you don't have to. I've been going there for so many years. We got to chop it up for about half an hour because I ain't seen him in a year.
Right.
So what you been up to? Da da da.
That's how it was this year with my guy. I got there in 15 minutes, and this is the first time he's ever like had like a normal conversation about life. Like he's complaining about his old lady, and I'm like, what the
People
fuck is
usually
going
do that
on?
with you.
Yeah, dude, it's weird. And then after everything was done, I was like, cool, man, well, thanks. And then he starts like I said it like that, and like he's like right on the back of what I said, and he's just talking, and he's just talking about it, and I'm like, all right. Like I feel like since I've been kind of locked up, like I don't, you know what I mean, like I don't really always know how to converse with people after a minute. Like, what do I talk to you about? Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't, like before I used to be able to go in and like I can chop it up and be like animated, funny, and but to have like just a normal conversation, yeah, it's weird to me. Like I don't know where to go with it. Like I don't know. Like, I feel like I cross boundaries sometimes. Like it's not normal kind of shit. You know what I mean? So
The first year of COVID, they weren't allowing anyone in the office, so they were just drop off the paperwork, all your receipts or whatever it is you're claiming.
right,
I thought that was perfect.
right.
Just dropped it off, left it at the door. Less than a week later, he calls me up. Oh, you forgot this form. You need this form. You need that form. I'm like, all right, I'll get them to you. Week later, all right, you're ready to go.
Wow.
And not that I don't like the guy or anything, but again, it's one of those things that you know.
You don't see him but once a year.
Yeah, in this day and age, you know, you're racing to the next thing.
Yeah. It's kind of weird how that works, huh? Like me too. Like it's one like, you know, I work all week, and then like lately it's been Saturday, Sunday off, so things have been kind of cool like that. But most of the time it's like one day off during the week. So okay, well I got this week I got to throw laundry in before I leave. I got to go do this, go do that, go do this, come back, switch it, and then I could do this, do that. Like I got to time it out because there's so much shit that I got to get done in that small window. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. It's a pain in
You
the
guys
ass.
do your own laundry?
Yeah.
All right, just wondering.
Yeah, I don't do their laundry. The most I do for them is cook, and that's not even all
barely.
that. Yeah, that's not all that often. And it's only,
Sometimes I got to do my brother's laundry
Why is that?
because he leaves with shit in the washer.
so he throws it over.
He
the
leaves
dryer.
for the weekend. So then if I want to go throw something in the wash, I got to move his stuff to the dryer and then put my stuff in the wash. And then
take
when
his shit out.
stuff, yeah, and then when his stuff is done drying, I take his shit out. I stuff it in whatever fucking thing is open. Because fuck you, you're not here to do it how you like.
You need just to fold it for him and put it on
Fuck
the bed.
you.
Dude, come on, be nice.
Fuck
That's your
you.
little
I'm
brother.
not your mother.
That's your little brother.
Yeah,
Take care of him.
brother.
Take care of him.
Where does he take care of? I had to help him with his taxes. You know what I got? Jack shit.
Man, all you had to do was input one number.
I was his tax guy this year. I didn't get jack shit.
He didn't offer you nothing either?
No. What the fuck is he gonna offer me?
Really?
Fucking Jew.
A coffee and nothing? Wow.
And that same day, I had to move his fucking laundry up.
Well, you're the gift that just keeps on giving, Sebastian.
I tell you, I'm too nice.
Friday night, James told me a story, or told us a story.
Yeah?
That when he moved back up to Oregon, so he's been there a few years now, at least 3, if not more.
Okay.
Let's say 3 or 5, just for conversation's sake. He got chased by some white supremacists.
Really?
Yeah, dude, he was walking his dog.
Was fun. I imagine that was fun.
Dude, and it was real. And I was like, man. He said he was walking his dog.
Did he shoot him?
He had, no.
Damn.
He had, they call them slides now, the slippers.
Right.
And he's just
This
walking.
number?
Yeah. He said he was just walking his dog, and he saw them. They were in a car. And it was one of those things that they kind of like were shady, driving slow.
Right.
So he like made a turn, and which made them kind of go,
Up and around?
up and around. So when they came up and around, he knew that they were looking for him. So he said he took off running back to his house,
Bless you.
and
Bless you.
he wound up having to kick his slippers off and just run in his socks with his dog.
Wow.
And then when he turned into his yard, apparently they didn't see him turn into the yard. So he like kind of crouched down behind some bushes and was holding the dog, trying to keep the dog quiet, and like they slowly drove by. I was like, dude, that's wild.
That's crazy.
He said it was going on when all the BLM protests and stuff was going on. I was like, man.
I was surprised we had to shut down for that, because I work right there by El Paseo, and they were talking about doing the march out there.
Oh, that's right, huh?
Yeah.
And you guys shut down for it?
We shut down at 3. Dude, we the Wells Fargo that's right there,
Uh-huh.
they boarded up their fucking windows.
Really?
And we saw that and we were like, okay, well, if they're boarding up their windows, we can't fucking stay. That looks sketchy as fuck.
Man. Dude, that's
That was crazy
scary.
shit.
And he doesn't. What kind of dog was it?
St. Bernard. It's a big dog.
Yeah, but they're not like.
They're not vicious or
Yeah.
anything. He was funny because he said he was gonna leave him because he was like running faster than the dog. His dog didn't know what was going on,
Fuck, and that's a big fucking bush he was hiding behind. Them ain't small dogs either.
It reminded me of a story I told him when I was in high school. I was visiting a friend. It was at night in my neighborhood, and her boyfriend showed up. So her boyfriend didn't like me.
Yeah, because you were visiting his girlfriend
At night.
in your neighborhood.
Well, so I had to sneak out the back door because he was coming through the front door.
Right.
So I snuck out the back door, and I went along the side of her house, and I opened the gate, and I walked through her front yard, and I got onto the sidewalk, and I saw his car. He had a homeboy in the passenger seat.
Oh.
So, dude, I start walking, and I hear her door open and close. So I took off running, and I made the first right I could.
Right.
I hear the car start, and I'm running, right? And luckily, the next house, like when I made the right, the next corner house had like a little block wall that's probably what is this?
Thigh height?
Thigh to waist.
Right.
Dude, I jumped into that person's yard, and I just laid there for a good half an hour. Scared shitless.
Wow. Who was it? Was it a big dude? Was it a small dude? Were you just scared?
I could have probably took him, but I couldn't take it both.
Not both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got chased in Desert Hot Springs one time. Same thing. I was visiting a friend of mine, and her baby daddy came home. And
I'm noticing a trend.
so I had to get out, and he had pulled up in front of me and we exchanged some words, and he kept reaching behind his back while we were in front of each other. And, we were ready to throw hands, but he kept reaching behind his back, and I'm like, fuck, dude, this white boy got a gun, dude. Like, he got to have a gun. He's not going to come to a street, like, he's not coming to me with a knife, you know what I mean?
Right.
He's coming with a gun. So, like, it's cool, dude. We'll catch up later, you know what I mean? Blah, 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 whatever. And I had a little yellow car at the time. And that fucker was low, dude, but that motherfucker was fast, bro. I could get it. And I got in that shit, and I'm gone, dude, right? And I hear him jump in his car, and he's behind me, and I hear pop, pop, pop. I'm like, oh, shit. So I called my friend that lived in Desert Hot Springs. Like, hey, dude, you got your heater ready? Yeah, hey, dude, I'm going to stop by and pick it up. What? Yeah, man, I just got to pick it up real quick. All right, cool. So I went by and I picked up his shit, and I drove around for a little while, make sure he wasn't following me back again or whatever. And I lost him somewhere in Desert Hot Springs. I went back to Homeboy's house to give him his gun back. Dude, what the fuck are you doing, bro? So I went, go see a friend of mine, and well, he came home, and I had to get out, and shit got a little scurry there for a minute, and I had to get out. It's like, fuck, man, don't call me like that and ask me for my gun, dude. What's wrong with you?
We were young and dumb.
Why'd you give it to me?
Yeah, right? Well, fuck, you call and ask for it with shit like that going on. Fuck yeah, come get it, you know what I mean? You need it more than I do at this point. Fuck it, I never would have used it, but, good to have it just in case.
Can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Right? Well, yeah, dude. Yeah. It's crazy. But never on some fucking walking my dog kind of shit. That's crazy.
Oh, dude, that's nuts.
That's the definition of on site.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would have a gun or anything like that either. James is kind of laid back like that, right?
And he was saying some stories because up in Oregon, Portland, that's when a lot of
That was the biggest one.
yeah, dude, it was going down. He said at one point there was like Antifa against Proud Boys.
Oh yeah, they were
I was
talking
like,
about
really?
that for a while.
And he was like, yeah. He goes, there was like 1,000 Antifa came, and there was only like a couple of hundred Proud Boys. But the Proud Boys apparently were talking it up like they're gonna come by the thousands.
In numbers, yeah.
So Antifa,
Wow.
I was like, man.
Did he like, hey, dude, I can't come in? Did he call in to work? Like, I would have been like, hey, dude,
I can't leave my house
I'm
comfortably.
not going to fucking lie. I'm scared to come into work. More than that, I'm scared to leave my house right now.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Ain't no job worth that shit.
Shit is crazy.
Hell yeah. So how far off of or how far away from the center of Portland does he live? Like,
I think, I don't know about where as far as where he lives, but that's where he works is the center, like the
somewhere
downtown
in
areas.
Oregon.
fuck, dude. Could you imagine having to go into work in the middle of all that bullshit?
Yeah,
No matter.
he did.
That's crazy. What would you do?
I don't know.
I'd stop going to all the white pools, right? Oh, no, then you'd be out of business.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
I don't know, dude, because that's literally crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's straight up dangerous. That's not a game.
Yeah, and part of it's got to be, like fuck that. I'm not going to let anybody keep me from going to work. Nobody's going to scare me away. And then part of it's like, yeah, no, that's pretty scary. I'm going to go ahead and stay home.
Yeah.
You know what I
Half
mean?
of it is I don't want to die on some ego shit.
Yeah. And I think that's a real time where you got to check all your shit and be like, hey, look, dude, I get it. You know what I
It's
mean?
a game time decision, gentlemen.
Yeah. It's not that you need to be Mr. Tough Guy or you need to go out there to prove anything. That's not necessary at this point. It's you want to stay alive and you want to make sure that you're doing the right shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fuck, dude. That's crazy. But
Yeah.
but that's also hard. That's got to be hard as a man too. Okay, well, because it's not just you looking out the window and seeing what's going on. It's your kids watching you watch.
Yeah.
And watching what you do and how you deal with that shit. So that's a game changer too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't think about it that way.
Because you got to set the precedence for your kids. Hey, just in case if you haven't got it, James is African American. So if you're in the midst of all that and you have to go downtown in the middle of all this activist shit that's going on, and you don't know who's who and what's what, Okay, so how do you educate your kids on that? How do you tell them, because part of it is that you want to be proud and you want to, hey, fuck that, we're not going to let these people do this shit to us. But at the same time, there's that, hey, we got to stay safe factor. Like, how much of that, where do you go with it? Like, that's got to be a tough line to draw, you know what I mean? Or where do you draw that line? How do you approach it? You know what I mean? Like I mean, just like I've said with these kids, I've always told, hey, look, dude, I know you guys look white. I said, but your last name is fucking Mexican all day, and no matter what, at the end of the day, shit comes down. Oh well, no, his name's fucking Lopez. Put him over there.
No matter how he's dressed, he belongs over there.
Yeah, he's in the beaner pile. You know what I mean?
Put him behind the fence.
There's no fucking middle ground. It's fucking right over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where it's difficult. Like, how do you... Because, like, I don't want to taint them either, but I don't want them going out into the world blind either. You know what I mean? Because you got to know that shit's there. Maybe not so much for... Well, that's not true either, because over the last couple of years, all that shit's come back around. You know what I mean? Fucking Mexicans, beaners, wetbacks, whatever they want to call them, or call us. You know what I mean? And it's probably just as bad for Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Haitians, maybe Dominicans, because they speak Spanish, right? So they're all lumped in together. Guatemalans, fucking.
Oh yeah. We're all under the same umbrella,
right? So same shit, dude. We're all gonna get treated the same.
Except no one's going to take the time to ask if you're fucking Puerto Rican. You're just a filthy Mexican.
Yeah.
Did you know that the leader of the Proud Boys is a Latino?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, people are like... Well, but that's generational shit, too, though. Like, and this is kind of like what I talk about at work, like they don't understand some of the, which blows my mind. And the same when I was working for the radio station in Phoenix, there's a huge difference between first and second generation. And a big difference between third, fourth, maybe fifth. And then from sixth on, even fifth, fourth and a half on, they're basically white at this point. They're whitewashed, they understand, and they're living like...
You think it takes 4 generations for that?
Yeah, I think that third generation is really starting to break ground. And by the time you hit, the 3.5, maybe 4, is you're living right in the middle. Because you still go to quinceañeras and you still like birria and you still like, quesatacos and shit like that. And you still listen to Mexican music on the weekends when your mom's cleaning, all that kind of shit. But then you start to move away from it the further you progress in age. And by the time they hit high school and they want to start going to college and they start doing all that shit, they're more acclimated to... the American vision and the American way of life. So there's a gap.
Right.
And so they understand that lifestyle to some degree and they realize what their culture is, but they're starting to deviate from it at that point. Whether they realize it, whether they want to believe it or not, they've already succumbed to what the American vision of life is and how to live it. You know what I mean? And that's part of, like, I argue with them at work all the time because they're like, well, in this part of town, they're able to do this, and this. Why can't you do it here? Because it's different. These people, the people that we have here are generational. They're first and second generation for the most part that come into us. I said, but they're first and second here. Indio, you have maybe third and fourth. And by the time you get to Cat City, they're white. They speak English. They understand the white way of life. They've.
I just don't think it takes that many generations, to be honest with you. And when you say first generation, you consider that the first that were born here.
Correct.
Okay. For example, in my family, my mom was born in Puerto Rico.
Right.
So I'm first generation.
Yes, but you were first generation in Palm Springs. You were thrown right into the white world, and you weren't around other Mexicans. You weren't around other Puerto Ricans. Had your mom stayed in New York, where there's a
Burrow.
plethora.
Okay,
plethora-
yeah, I get you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's different because you would come here and you'd have bananas in every fucking on every plate that you've had. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's different. You came here and you essentially lost that Puerto Rican way of life because you weren't surrounded by it. You became a part of what you surrounded yourself with. You see what I'm saying? In Coachella, there's still a large group of first and second generation people that live that way. They go home and it's all Spanish all the time. So, the kids have a tough time when they get to school, especially like if they came here and their kids are already older and they get here. It's difficult because they speak Spanish at home, so they never get the true value of how to communicate in English, and that's why they have a hard time in school too, because school is the only place they have to speak English. So if there's no way for them to continue that outside of school, then they're going to have that gap in education because they don't have anywhere to speak it other than school. And language is one of those things. If you don't practice and you don't use it every day, you lose it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of that in there. But I mean, Sebastian, he doesn't speak Spanish, but he understands it. He has a few words, but if he was in a room with Mexicans, he'd be like, well, they're talking about me now. Oh, he's talking about doing this, or he's talking about doing that, and that lady over there. And
I've literally done that.
Like, he can pick up on the conversation. I don't think Milo, not so much, just because he's in his own little world. But yeah, like it's a huge gap. I think it does take that long. I think it can take that long. So it's interesting that these and the people that run the company are super educated and are already, fourth, fifth, sixth generations. So they've already pulled away from, and they're using their memory of when they were young about the business and what they need. And there's a separation of because now they have wealth. So they don't understand and they don't remember all the nuances and how it was being at that rung of income in society. Does that make sense? So there's a big economical difference between where they are and where this group is at. And sometimes they kind of miss the mark with that. Just like when I was in Phoenix, they tried to start a reggaeton station. I said, well, that's great. I said, but this station would go really good, like in New York or Miami. There's a handful of Cuban and Puerto Rican people here that this really speaks to. And part of the younger generation, if you're going to go that young, then you need to just go that young and stay there. Or go that young, and then within 6 months, you start to move the needle on the music. But
wasn't that just the popular music at the time? Not necessarily trying to focus on that group. It was just popular at the time.
Well, but it was. But you can't make that the mainstay of your station, and expect to garner a large audience. So we're looking at a really small piece of the pie,
a niche,
right? Because
station.
Not everybody likes reggaeton, and just because you're Latino doesn't mean that you like that. Make sense? And then so what they did is they said, okay, well, you're right. It's a more Mexican audience. Let's play some regional music. And then they tried adding Latino hip hop, and then so they were like fucking all over the place with music.
Variety radio station.
Yeah, it wasn't like they didn't do what's called what would be considered a urban station, a Hispanic urban. So it's music totally directed to.
Would you call it urban?
A urban, right? Because you have an urban
called.
station would be like 92.3 The Beat, Power 106. A urban station is a Hispanic urban station, Mexican inner city, right? So if they did that, they could have used that reggaeton and played just a couple of songs an hour and then did the rest with, like they were. But here's the other issue is that they were playing like what they would be considered pop music, but they were playing pop music from Mexico. So they were playing like the Rebeldes. They were playing, I mean, people I had never I didn't know any of that shit when I first got there. Like, who the fuck's Calle 13? Who's Maná? You know what I mean? Like, I know he's huge, but I had never heard his fucking music before. But I'm so far away from that generation, I have no idea. You know what I mean? So it was just really kind of interesting, and it really opened my eyes to, okay, you have to understand the generations and where you are and who you're trying to go after to make that work. And I couldn't get that across to the people that were running the radio station. They just thought, hey, we're going to play the music that are considered hits, but where are they fucking hits at? You know what I mean? They could have gone and played like the hit music that we had here in the U.S., all the R&B and the popular hip hop, play all that. Maybe a few of the pop songs, threw in reggaeton, and then a few of the Spanish hip hop songs, and they would have had a huge fucking radio station. But they didn't. They were all over the place because they wanted it to be. I mean, it was fucking, when I got there, it was like 80% Spanish, 20% English. And I was like, I can't fucking be on the air. I can barely formulate a fucking sentence in Spanish at that point, right? I was like, not going to happen. But it's really, it's given me a whole new kind of understanding of when you look at marketing shit and trying to figure shit, like, you really got to figure out what your market is.
But wouldn't they consider, I mean, don't you think they're doing that and they're saying no other station out here is doing this? So let's try to tap into that market. Even though it might be small, nobody else is doing it, though. That's a big factor.
Right, but here's the other thing, is like every other radio station in lots of markets do like Music Tuesdays, and they would have like a listening party. So they would invite listeners in, and they would get a collective of listeners to come in, and they would feed them pizza and drinks, and they're hanging out at the radio station. All right, well, tell me what you think of this song. Hey, what do you think of this song? And there would be a certain amount of women, and, you know, probably 80% women and 20% dudes, right? And in different age groups. And they would sit there and, okay, well, do you like this song? Yeah, okay. So then they would, depending on how many people liked what their music would be. That way they understand that, okay, well, just because it's a hit doesn't mean that it's going to work here, because this group represents what our audience is, and then you figure out, you know, you extract your numbers saying, okay, well, there's this many people at this age that live here, and this percentage liked it, so this percentage out of that amount is going to like this song, and you play it, right? So, but they didn't do that. They just looked at songs and in different countries and different places that were doing well, and they played it. They didn't actually consider who their audience was, is what I'm saying. That makes sense?
Yes. But I just think that big enough companies are looking at those factors, and they're not going to go into something that wouldn't produce, if you will.
Well, but you got to remember that this was a first radio station of its kind. Nobody else was trying to do what they were doing. So, first of all, at that point, I think when they were doing it, there wasn't enough reggaeton out there to sustain a station. And there wasn't enough. Daddy
Yankee's second album didn't drop at that point?
Well, I mean, but they were playing like Daddy Yankee was like when Gasolina, I think, was when that one came out.
That's the cut.
So Gasolina, they were playing, oh my God, what's his name? He came out in Fast and the Furious.
Don Omar,
and then the other one, it's gonna fucking kill me. Anyways, they had that guy on there. They had, I mean, all these artists that were supposedly really fucking big. But if you weren't in the know of that music, you didn't know. You know what I mean? So it was like, what research are you doing? What music research are you doing to figure out that you're playing the right music? and then the ratings would come out, and they would tell you what you were playing was fucking wrong because you're not getting anywhere in the ratings. So if nobody's listening to it, it's not going to show up. And because they were Spanish speaking listeners, they were weighted 3-1. So even though you have 15 and they were giving you credit for fucking 45, you still didn't have enough of the market to make a dent. So what was it that you were doing wrong? What was it that wasn't catching on? That you could have done differently. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah, and I mean, have you
Again-
ever heard of Wisin y Yandel?
No, I don't think so.
I was one of their big artists. Aquid.
Yeah,
So some of their artists.
they had that song was tight.
They had a lot of songs,
I only know one.
and then they had Calle 13. That song Atrévete. I don't know if you ever heard it.
I don't think so.
Atrévete, salte de closet, quítate. The dude was fucking dope, bro. He was like a fucking Cuban Eminem. That motherfucker was bad. He's bad, bro. But nobody knew him. It was very interesting as to how things are put together and how things are run, and how people decide what it is that they need to do and when and how it's going to work on their station, and it didn't always work because they were either too proud to do the research or didn't care enough to do the research. One of the two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Are you guys at work done with masks?
If you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. And
You're not checking for cards.
No. Well, but we have to do a health screening every morning when we get there, saying that we don't have any of the following symptoms. We haven't been in contact with anybody within the last 24 hours that may have had COVID. It's not over 100, and are you fully vaccinated?
So are you guys wearing masks behind the counter?
Yes. If we're not fully, there's one person, two people at my store that are fully vaccinated.
But as far as a customer walking in without a mask, you're not going to tell them anything.
No, we can't.
Yeah, it's
Before we would.
I had someone genuinely upset at my store the other day that we had to wear masks behind the counter, but him and his family didn't have to wear masks. He was like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. He was like, are you scared of it? I was like, I mean, not really. He said, that's good, but if you're scared of it, you shouldn't fucking show up anyways. I'm like, all right, goddamn.
Well, then who's going to pay my bill, sir?
Right?
That's the other part of it, right? Russia?
No. The Ghost of Kiev?
you
heard of that guy?
Yet?
No, who's the Ghost of Kiev? Oh, that's the assassin, right? That's supposed to be going after... what's the name?
No, it's this Ukrainian pilot that's flying above Ukraine, or flying above Kiev,
Yeah.
the city of Kiev, and just taking out Russian pilots.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. He's fucking kicking ass.
Well, they said that there's part of or something that they continue their onslaught of their move, but they're not winning, and that the resistance is actually doing really well against.
Well, it's funny because the
Russian forces.
Ukrainian Twitter posted that, you don't need an AR-15 in your home for self-defense. And then they came out later with a statement saying, we've started handing out fully automatic army rifles to our citizens so they can help, in the fight defend against Russia. It's like, yeah, exactly. That's why in the U.S. there will be a fucking barrel behind every blade of grass.
Right?
They from what I understand, they're saying that it's just not as easy as Putin thought it was going to be.
Right.
And
Why are you saying it like the French fried dish? Poutine. Vladimir Putin.
So yeah, they're going to lose. Because apparently only like a third of their troops, of Russia's troops, are in Ukraine.
Able-bodied, yeah.
They are actually doing work. The others, they're still holding back. So 2/3 hasn't even gotten into the game yet.
Well, shit. But if that guy in the plane can take out as many airplanes as he can,
He's a modern day like World War I ace.
Wow.
I think
be
back
crazy.
then you had to take down. I think it was like 6. It was either 6 or something crazy high that you had to take down in World War I biplanes, and you were considered an ace. I think this dude's already fucking past it.
really,
Yeah,
they just don't fucking. They didn't see him coming, right?
yeah.
They didn't think Ukraine had it in them.
Some of these videos are crazy of Russian pilots flying their fucking fighter jets and bombing like houses.
Well,
Like
yeah,
these people are taking videos and there's jets flying right by their fucking windows.
Yeah, there was one where some lady was holding her kid or some shit, and she heard the plane coming towards her, and all of a sudden you just see,
Yeah, the fucking streak.
you hear the
air.
pop of it come off, like it's already flying, and you hear the pop of it come off, and you see it. She says, "Oh," whatever
Yeah.
she's saying in her language.
Oh, Shamoy!
Yeah, I'm assuming it's "oh shit," right? And all of a sudden you see it hit the fucking building, bro. Fucking crazy.
Crazy ass shit, dude.
Apparently, there's some sort of an island out there, a small island.
Snake Island.
Is that what it is? And about the Russian troops on the boats on the
Yeah, they
carrier.
wanted a dock or something. They told them to fuck
Well,
off.
they said, lay down your arms and or else you're gonna get killed. And they said, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
He said, Russia, go fuck yourselves. They got him though, unfortunately.
Fuck, dude. I can't imagine. And what's funny is people, oh yeah, Russia's so fucking far away. Hey, dude, you could see fucking Russia from Alaska. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Well, I saw a cartoon. It has some Trump supporting rednecks, and
There goes our southern demographic. It was
Right.
nice to have you guys while you were
it
here.
said, shoot, let me see if I can pull it up real fast.
Well, while you're finding that, I saw another it was like a little fucking parody comic strip, and it's this picture. It's this kid that says, "I'll fight Russia myself," and it's got the Ukrainian flag over it.
Right.
And then it's got the U.S., the U.K., and one other country behind it. And the U.S. goes, "Here, have my sword."
Shit.
And the U.K. goes, "Here, have my bow." Or, "You have my bow." And then the other country goes, "Here, you have my axe." And the kid's just there with all of them standing there like up against Russia. I can't remember what the other country was.
This little cartoon, it says, because the dude's got, the red MAGA hat on and everything.
Right.
He says, they're saying Putin just says he's just taking what used to be part of Russia back.
Yeah, that's exactly what fucking Hitler did.
And then his wife right next to him is saying Alaska used to be part of Russia.
That too, yeah.
So,
Oh, shit.
Yeah. it's
It could
crazy.
get interesting.
Good.
It's already interesting. The fact that they're so gung ho on the Ukraine not being like their statehood is fiction. I think is the literal quote that Putin said.
Wow.
Is Ukraine's statehood is fiction.
And what balls on that on the president and the fucking Ukrainians? No, I'm not fucking going nowhere.
What's his name? Vladimir Zelensky or something like that.
And he's fuck. I'm staying here. We're gonna have
Yeah.
at it.
I saw an interview. They were interviewing some woman. She was evacuating, so she grabbed whatever she could to head to Poland, and she said that she had given her apartment keys to some like freedom fighters, and was like, "Yo, my apartment is such and such. It's got food. It's got a bed. Have at it. You guys need to rest up, shower." I was like, "Wow."
Fighting the good
She's
fight.
like, "I'm probably never coming back, so here are the keys."
Wow. How crazy is that, dude? Could you imagine? Shit got so crazy here.
We might not have to imagine much longer.
Yeah. Well, because they said that he would come. He said that he would come through Mexico, right?
Yeah.
So, if he came through the Mexican border, I always thought, oh well, we're fucking Palm Springs. What are they
Yeah.
gonna fucking? What do they need to fucking?
Jeremiah's
mow us
gonna
down
come
for?
knocking on the door. They're here.
Yeah, right. What do they need from us, right? But shit, if it comes through Mexico, he's right through. You
Yeah.
got to take the 10 all the way up, right into L.A.
And he takes the West Coast back.
Yep. And Mexico's gonna be like,
Yeah.
fuck
Have
it.
it.
They put up a fence. Go ahead.
They don't want us. Maybe they'll take you.
Yeah. Fuck.
How crazy would that be to see Russian troops
Coming
marching
Mexico?
through Mexico across that fucking border?
How many Mexicans do you think are going to join the ranks?
Oh, there's probably a few.
Wasn't Red Dawn about that?
Red Dawn was about them flying over. It was still Russia. Or no, the original one was Chinese.
Yeah, it was Chinese. The first one.
With,
Yep.
was it Patrick Swayze?
Yep. Patrick Swayze. And...
It was not China.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Look it up. Still communist, but...
The dude sounded Mexican, but no, I think it was China.
There's some Asian country, I don't know.
Well, then there's that show on Netflix, High Castle. Is that what it's called?
That show is fucking great.
So
wasn't
on
that
Amazon.
like if the world went different, the war went differently?
If the Axis powers won World War II, the Midwest would be free, and the East Coast would be Nazis, and the West Coast would be Japan.
Yeah, it's already too complicated.
That is not your brain is too fucking tiny.
So it's gonna
In
be
an alternate 1980s, the United States stands alone as communism grows stronger when Soviet soldiers invade a small Colorado town. Not China.
Well, China was still communist.
None of those people.
Red Dawn.
None of those people looked
Russian.
Russian.
They kind of, yes, they did. I mean, I don't remember the movie all that well.
Maybe they couldn't get any Russians because
Maybe
of the time period, but
That was a good movie.
Did you like the remake?
I didn't see it.
that makes sense. I like the remake. It was good.
Who was in the
I like
remake?
them
I don't remember.
The kid from Drake and Josh. I think that's it. That's all I remember, at least.
And then there was another one where they took over a school.
Taps.
Whoa.
Was it Taps? No. Not Taps. Who was in Taps?
Tom Cruise.
It was another one. It's another one.
I know what you're talking about.
And the kid had a
A drone?
Yes. Wow. Or they used the little cars.
You don't
Toy
remember-
soldiers?
You don't remember Taps?
I don't. I
Taps was a good
remember
movie.
it was a big movie, but I don't remember watching
It was a military school,
Right.
and cadets took it over.
Okay.
And Timothy Dalton is it Dalton?
Dalton. Mhm.
He was like the leader.
Toy soldiers.
Yeah.
Taps. You gotta watch
Ah,
Taps.
well, I'm telling him about toy soldiers.
Forget Toy Soldiers. Watch
No.
Taps. You'll like
If you like Tats, I probably won't like it.
it. No, it was a good
Taps.
movie.
You know what movie I've been looking for that I haven't been able to find that I want to watch again?
Again?
Yeah. From back when we were
Ghostbusters.
like 70s.
That was a great movie.
Zap. Or Zapped. Is that what it was? With fucking Chachi and...
Scott Baio?
Yeah.
It rings a bell.
Where he got some sort of powers. He was a high school kid, and his friend was the same white boy that came out with him in Charles in Charge.
From 8 is Enough?
Yeah.
I vaguely remember it. I don't know if I ever watched it.
I've been looking for it on all these fucking sites. I can't find it anywhere. I want to see it again. It was a good fight. I want to remember was it as good as I remember?
It won't be.
Nah, I don't know, dude. I fucking Porky's is a timeless classic, dude. I let these kids watch Porky's. A fucking great movie, dude.
That one scene where that teacher's laughing behind the fucking mat. I couldn't breathe.
A great fucking movie. Or my favorite part is when they're in the office and she's describing the kids fucking, or they were saying, they can have a fucking police sketch artist come down and, oh god, dude, they were fucking dying. Like they had to do that in one take. There's no way.
I saw recently, I wouldn't say that recent, but Bachelor Party. And it was aged. Bachelor Party used to be funny.
That's the one with
Tom Hanks?
yes.
That was funny when I was little, but now it's I got a couple of chuckles, but
It's dated comedy, that's
Yeah.
why, right?
Yeah.
Just like I remember watching fucking Raw and thinking, God damn, he was fucking hilarious. I watch it now and I'm like, dude, he wasn't that funny.
Delirious. I wish I'd like to see again.
Yeah. But yeah, but it's just funny. Like you're not in those times, and like some of the shit that he was making fun of was like, huh?
In that Bill Cosby, we got to talk about Cosby. They played that part in Raw.
Oh yeah,
with Eddie Murphy.
Well, yeah, everybody's saying that he was a dick.
Yeah,
that Bill Cosby was a dick. I could see that though. You know what I mean? Like he probably got because he got a lot of notoriety really fast, and I think that back then, as a black man reaching that level of notoriety in comedy, you have to be that strong. You have to be that kind of dick to command the respect and nobody fuck with you. I think. What do you think?
Just like Michael Jordan.
What do you mean?
He was top of his game. He had to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Did you watch that documentary on him?
No.
That was very good.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, again, you and I are about the same on sports.
So for you to like it, that's got to be great.
It was good.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to watch that one too.
It's called The Last Dance, I think.
The Last Dance?
Yeah. It's really good.
I'll have to give it a...
And he even says that, I had to be an asshole. I wanted to be number one. There was no stopping me.
Wow. I don't remember where it was, but there was something about Shaq was talking about Kobe one time, and that the guys on the team were complaining because he wouldn't pass the ball to him. And he's all right, don't worry about it. I'll have a talk with him. And he said, hey, Kobe. He said, there's no I in team. He said, I know. But there sure fucking is a me.
Yeah, I heard that.
And he was like, that's the day I got all my respect for him. Like, well, fuck, dude. But when you're the motherfucker going in at 5 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning and everybody else gets there at 6 because you want 2 extra hours of fucking practice each day and you stay later than everybody, you deserve it. Like, you work for it. You're putting in the time. Like, ain't nobody can be mad at you for that. They will be, but they shouldn't. You know what I mean?
There's you get HBO, right?
Yeah.
This coming in, I think maybe next week. They doing a little movie on the Lakers. And that looks interesting. It looks dated. I mean, it's a new movie, but it's like based on late 70s, early 80s Lakers. Like
really?
When Magic Johnson started with them, Kareem. It looks really good.
Back in the heyday, right?
Yeah, it looks very good.
Well, there was a quote just the other day, something about Shaq said, if you get rid of Barkley, you'll never win again. That's what it is, right? Is it Barkley that's on there? James, what's his name?
Charles Barkley?
No, what's the other guy that's on there? King James, what's his name? Is that Charles
LeBron.
Barkley, right? Oh, LeBron James, yeah. He said if you get rid of him, he says you'll never win again. Thought that was kind of a bold statement. I don't think he's that good. He's good, and everybody else around him makes him look that good because they're not as good as he is. But you know what I mean? I don't think he's Jordan Kobe-esque.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's
supposed to be the best.
He might be on level with fucking messed with Madonna, messed with Carmen Electra.
Rodman?
Yeah, he might be on a Rodman level, but
no, he's a lot better than Rodman.
Come on, man. Rodman was a shit back in the day, though. That dude was so fucking out of pocket. That dude was crazy.
They talk about that in that docuseries.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Rodman, because he was on that. It was about that Bulls when they were like on top and how it didn't work out anymore.
Yeah, I think it's hard once you're on top like that with a
For
team
example,
like
Scottie Pippen,
right?
He was like Jordan's number 2 guy.
Right.
He signed a contract early in his career for like shit money because he needed it.
Right.
And he wanted that for sure money. And apparently either the owner or the coach of the Bulls was like, don't sign this. They were telling him, don't sign it. You'll be able to make a lot more money. Sign it. We're not going to stop you because you're going to save us a lot of money. But they were telling him, don't sign this because this is shit money. He was like, I needed that for sure money. I needed to help my parents, da-da-da.
Wow.
So he got shit money when Jordan was getting paid. Wow. And they were just like, yo, you signed that contract. We told you not to.
It's crazy how much just a little piece of paper like that with some words on it can fuck you if you're not careful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta, and no matter what, like, when you get a contract, like, you gotta have somebody read it, somebody that understands that lingo, because you read it, oh, okay, well, yeah, it means this. No, not so much.
Saturday Night Live. Don't watch it unless you watch that docuseries, because it really won't make that much sense.
Okay.
Saturday Night Live did a skit with that Michael Jordan docuseries, because Michael Jordan would gamble on anything. He'd shoot dice with security guards before a game for like $500.
Really?
Because he had to gamble. So Saturday Night Live did a skit on that. And, dude, it was so funny. But you got to watch the show to understand the skit.
Okay.
You got to watch it. It's hilarious.
All right, I'm going to check it out. Now you got me hooked. I'm good. I'm going to check it out. Sebastian, any final words?
Yeah, we got a shout out.
We do?
It's someone's birthday, right?
Whose?
It's Champ's birthday today.
Oh, that's right.
We got a shout out?
Yeah, we got to shout him out.
Shout out for Champ.
How you stealing my thunder, kid?
I remembered it. Sorry. He asked me first.
Who asked you?
I did. Said any final words?
How'd you remember?
Because I texted him.
All right.
Didn't I text you on yours? Don't get butthurt.
Yeah, you did, but you didn't come on the show and say,
Didn't I?
Yeah, we did. We did it twice.
Just for you, 51. Just for you. Happy birthday, Champ. Sorry your uncle had to steal that from you.
Anything else?
No, that's it. I'm good.
next Monday, Luis's youngest daughter, his baby girl, youngest of his 4 kids. It's her 16th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Vienna, turning 16 on Monday. Happy birthday, Vienna.
A lot of February, March birthdays in this group.
Well, now it's March, yeah. And it's starting tomorrow. My wife's birthday month.
Oh,
She's turning 39.
Happy birthday.
Love you, love. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Miss Checo.
Feel free to tell her happy birthday on any day, Mingo. It doesn't have to be the day. Because it's her whole month.
That's a relief.
It's her whole month.
Okay.
From now until how many days are in March? 31?
Probably, yeah.
Till now to the 31st, it's her birthday.
Since I don't have her contact information, you just go ahead and let her know for me.
I will.
Thank you. Appreciate that. What?
I just thought she'd appreciate you actually telling her, but okay.
Well, if I had her contact information, it'd be a little easier, but
I'll forward it to you.
I'd rather get it from the husband, but he's not openly offering that, so
Got you.
you can go ahead with your shout-outs. Go ahead.
That's it.
Okay.
That's all I
For now.
For now. Okay.
Yeah, you can't go too far in advance. Then I'll be acting like you.
At least
You're
you get
really
them in.
still butthurt about the anniversary?
Yeah.
Grow the fuck up. You're 51,
I'm sensitive.
As your sign
and I'm honest.
depicted. Yeah, it said it got you right on point. All right, well, everybody, thank you so much for listening. Appreciate it. We love you guys. Talk to you next week. Peace.